Hey, yeah, what's up? This disciple Marcello Currents reign back up in this anti-Illuminati all day, as you know, anti-Freemasons, as you know. Yeah. So this message is like something I gotta continue to that's gonna be kind of continuous that I gotta continue to put into my atmosphere, into my surroundings, because I think some of these people here in New York don't know. Like the situation that they in, as far as the laws go, as far as the age of consent goes. The age of consent here in New York is 17 years old. Now we could talk about other places, but it's all about where I'm at. It's all about where I'm at. We talk about where I'm at, right? And so I'm addressing what's going on right here for people that think they can fight me here, for people that think they can play with me here. It's not anybody. It's mostly you. It's mostly you, New York, that's playing with me right now, right? So I'm going to show you where you can't do it. I'm going to show you where you can't play with me. I'm addressing the people that are playing with me presently, and I'm going to show you how you can't play with me presently. I'm going to show you. Okay? You got 17 as the age of consent, bro. Let me explain something about the age 17. The age 17 is not an adult. It's not a man. It's not a woman. Okay? It is legally a child. So if they go to court any for any reason, they could be charged as an adult, but the 17 years old person is legally, therefore technically, a child. These are children. Now, if you got something for 17-year-old girls, look, bro, that's a child. Because what I feel is men trying to get it before somebody else get it. Well, basically, you're trying to get it as fresh as you can. And for some other guys, they're trying to, in my opinion, they're trying to have an experience with still a child and get away with it. That's how I feel. Because a real man is going to be technical. Like I always say, I will wait to after the woman's birthday. If she turns 18 on a certain day, I'm going to wait to after that day. If she say 18, I'm 18 today, and let's hang out. I'm like, nope. You come back tomorrow. When I know that whatever hour you were born is covered. You might have been born at 10 o'clock at night. And see, a lot of guys, you make that mistake. If they if they wanted to be real technical and get you really locked up, they could find out that the girl was born at 10 p.m. 10 p.m. A good lawyer could get you 10 p.m. and you having sex with her at 12 o'clock at midnight. Now you know she was not born at midnight. You know how many men out here, we're still in the subject of 17. I'm showing you how it is, how real men are. Real principles that real men hold. You know how many men has had sex with 17-year-old girls at midnight when she's supposed to turn 18? You're 18, baby. Let's do it. But you know she wasn't born 12 o'clock on the dot, bruh. Come on. So technically speaking, she's not literally 18 yet. She may have been born 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock at night, but not 12 o'clock at night. And so, it's people that's not that thorough. They're not that 100 like that. So what I would do, if it was me, you would have had to you would only be with me if it was the day after your birthday. It would have to be the day after your birthday. Therefore, whatever hour you was born on your birthday, I know for a fact that it's covered. Now that's thorough. That's thorough. Why you having sex at midnight on her birthday? You know she was not born at midnight. That's something. You don't have to be the smartest man in the world to operate like that. You know she was not born at midnight, bruh. Come on. Now, in some cases, yeah. But in the average cases, you're not going to find a girl born at midnight. Which means she was not born at that time. Which means she is still technically 17. So see, the thoroughness, it goes level to level. Some guys, okay, you're decent enough of a man to wait for the actual date of the birthday, but you don't know. Did she tell you what year, hour, and time she was born? Did she tell you? Most people won't know that, right? Most people these days, I mean, whether if they're old school, these days they may, you got all this computer stuff and phone stuff, But back in the day, man, I mean, come on, nobody knows exactly the hour and date and time and all of that, man. I mean, well, they know the date, but they don't know the hour, and the minute and all of that, man. So the best way to go by is the next day, because it's all covered. So 12 o'clock the next day, yeah. Because it's covered. For a fact it's covered. That's the facts. She's literally 18. That's the facts. Okay? So, but when you got the age of consent at 17, it shows that your state does not care about these things that men care about. Thorough men care about that. We care. Yeah. I don't know. If you are under 18, me and you have no conversation, really. That's real. I can talk to you a little bit about what you need to do in life. Maybe. But other than that, really, I don't have it. Like, I'm not a teacher. I don't have a conversation really for nobody under 18. I teach masters. You got to understand my position. I teach grown people. I teach masters. I teach grown people old enough to be my father, my mother. I teach people older than me, way older than me. You gotta understand. Imagine me coming down from that and talking to kids. Like, we all have our position. We all have our position, and we can't be all things. I can't be all things to you. You know what I'm saying? You can't be all things to me. My position is I teach masters. That's the facts. I'm not making it up. I'm not saying it because, influenced by someone else. No, me teaching about the things of life just leads me to adults. Me talking about Christianity, which talks about, God and the seriousness of life, it just leads me to adults. So me being a spiritual teacher automatically this validates what I'm saying. I teach adults. Now, for you who teach children, somebody got to do it. Excuse me. But it's just not me. And what I feel these days is children have to stay out the throne rooms, if you will, of leaders. It should be no children in the room with men and women. If you are a leader, if you are a great leader, you shouldn't have children in your room. If they not your children, nah, people are too crazy. They do anything for money. They make up lies and stuff like that, saying you did something you didn't do. Look, children ain't gonna be in my vicinity. It's just too crazy out here. Like, people out here for money, and you could be innocent all day, and they done put a whole lie on you, talking about you were doing something with some children, so they can get money. Yeah, like, nah, kids, like, nah, they can't come over here. Sorry. Sorry, you can think whatever you want to think, but guess what? You ain't gonna see me locked up. You ain't gonna see me locked up. They talking about some kid talking about something happened. Nah, it ain't gonna be in here. Good. Yeah, because if it's an adult now, people gonna wonder why you even put yourself in that position. Well, why were you up there? Why was you with this guy? What was your reason for being there? Y'all wanted to cook fish? Fish and hush puppies? So y'all was supposed to be cooking fish and hush puppies. Then explain why you're there. All right? Yeah. I don't buy what women be saying. You put yourself in a certain position. Come on, man. Nah. You shouldn't put yourself in a position with a man and he's on his grounds and everything, and you thinking he just wants you around. You know, like, come on, man. It's not many men like that. Just want you around, and you in his zone, and you in his on his grounds, meaning in his apartment or his house. You should know better than that. But women do it all the time. They put themselves in a position and then talking about they got raped. Well, my opinion is you know. I wonder why you wasn't smart enough or scared enough to not put yourself in that situation. There's two type of women that don't go that way. They're too smart to go upstairs with a man, or they're too scared. So you was not too smart. You was obviously not smart enough not to go in the man's room. You just went there, so you kind of dumb. And you were not scared enough, cautious enough to say, no, I don't want to do that. I don't know what happened. You wasn't that woman either. So what kind of woman were you? You wasn't obviously smart enough to say, I don't want to go upstairs with a man alone. You wasn't that smart woman that used wisdom. You wasn't her. And you wasn't the woman that says, well, I'm too scared to do that in the first place. You wasn't her. So what kind of woman are you? That's what I'm saying. And that's the angle I come from. What kind of woman are you? You're not scared to go up there. You're not smart enough to not go up there. But so you're still going. So what kind of woman are you, buddy? Buddy, what kind of woman are you? And that's what I'm saying. I think they be waiting for some type of money. That's what I think. Now that I think about it, I think they're waiting. When they do that, they put themselves in that position, they're waiting for a certain amount of money. Think about it. That's what it had to be. Guarantee you pull out some money. Look, come on now. But back to what I was talking about. New York, you got the age of consent at 17, man. You can't say everybody's like-minded. California has the age of consent at 18. Okay, they got some other laws that I don't agree with that is awful, that cause for them to be shut down. But the age of consent before that law was at 18. Florida has the age of consent at 18. So New York, you know about Florida, you know about California. Those are probably the two biggest rivals that you have as far as people want to live there, influence, culture. Florida and California are probably the two biggest ones, Florida and California. And they both have the age of consent at 18. Why couldn't you follow suit with that? Why you saying you so sophisticated, more sophisticated than those Southern folk? Well, deep South, I don't consider Florida really a Southern state. It's kind of like a Mickey Mouse land. But it is in the South, nevertheless. Okay, why those good Southern folks? You always blaming Southern people for messing with children or incest. But why you got the age of consent at 17 and these Southern folk in Florida got it at 18? You say you're more sophisticated than California, then why they got the age of consent at 18 and you got it at 17? So see, it's just a matter of choice. Do you see what I'm saying? It's just a matter of choice. It's not because your whole community and country is thinking this way. It's you. And you have chosen to continue to think this way. I think some people have left room for the devil. They think it's cool to be kind of like, there are some people that are really that wicked. They think it's cool to have that door open because they feel like you're the greatest state and city, so you got to have a little bit of that going on. That's a part of your sophistication. You see what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? I think it's some people that think like that. They think this is a part of them being really relevant, I guess you could say. So pedophilia is kind of relevant in your country. Well, you passed a law July 1st, 2019 that allows adults to marry children at any age. Okay? Now, California is one of those states that allows that to happen. They are one of the states that allows adults to marry children at any age. They're one of the states. But I want to hear any New Yorker's point of view on 17. Because how I look at it is, we're not looking at a certain age. We're looking at the fact that it's a child. Yeah, adults do hold themselves to that technicality. A good adult would hold themselves to that technicality. Yeah, they hold themselves to that technicality. Well, that's a child. Do we care what age the child is? That's the best way I can break it down. Do you care what age the child is? It only matters that it is a child. That's why California has the age of consent at 18. Florida has the age of consent at 18 as well. Because to some people, it just makes sense that, you know, adults should be only having sex with 18-year-old, an adult, 18-year-old adults. And sophisticated as you are as a state and a city, for all you people that take pride in New York, I'm sorry to bust your bubble, but that kind of sucks that you have that going on. And it takes someone like me, because you become so desensitized to it. Oh, it doesn't matter, really, do it? So then why does it matter to California? Well, they complied with 18. Florida complied with 18. Why does it matter? Why can't you take the same perspective? After all, it's just one more year. And this makes me suspect that you're trying to get off on having sex with a child at her last year, or a boy at his last year. Because why couldn't you just wait 12 months? 12 months is going to hurt you. Waiting 12 months is going to hurt you. It's not going to be much of a difference. It's not going to be something that really happens physically to the person. It's going to be the same body, pretty sure the same breast size, everything. I have to get this deep into it. Okay? It's going to be the same body, basically. Nothing's going to change from the time of 17 to 18 as far as the physique of the man, boy, or physique of the girl. So why couldn't you just wait 12 months? Nothing going to be different. What you're getting at 17, you will be getting at 18. That's only 12 months difference. But it's the technicality. I don't know. For me, when I turned 18, a light bulb went off. Something made me, I realized I just came to, like, a light bulb went off for me, literally, when I became 18. There was something distinguishingly different with that age. I see why they marked that specific age at 18. We all can agree that universally or nationally or globally, that 18 is the age of, like, adult. Like, it's something that goes off in the brain. It's something that goes off. It's something that goes off in the brain that you are aware that something's different, right? It's not 16, 17, it's not 15. It's 18. I distinguishingly remember, like, a light bulb experience, like something just literally, like something just going off in my mind, and I'm being like, I just came into my adulthood, right? So, and I'm pretty sure many people have had that experience as well. I don't know what your life you was doing now. If you was getting high and drinking all the time, maybe you didn't have that experience. You know, you couldn't really see that experience. But I did have that experience. But for men that are very thorough about their sexuality, you don't want to have the thought of you having sex with a child. No one wants to have that thought. As an adult now, that's something that you don't want to live with. Now, if you did stuff as kids with other kids, you can live with that. You know, you may have been a little bit younger, a little bit older. Even in the adult world, companions are a little bit older, a little bit younger, but you all are under the age of 18, right? That's understandable. It's understandable. But as an adult, when the light bulb done went off at 18, how can you go back to someone or think about someone is definitely under 18? Definitely, ain't no doubt about it. Now, if you had someone that you was interacting with under 18, then when you both became adults, something was lingering, that's different. But you both are adults. Now, if the light bulb goes off at 18, you're well into your adulthood, and you can think about a 17-year-old. To me, that shows kind of like you have no understanding of how of coming into adulthood. You don't know what that means. And what I like to say is, I think that you think that women are more or females are more delicious as children. Let that resonate. Yep. There's some of you men, the reason why you're getting caught up is because, for whatever reason, you think 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, 15, 13, whatever, you think that's more delicious, you think that's more tasty than a woman. That's the main hang up that's in your mind. Obviously, you think it's something more attractive about them. You think it's something more tasty, delicious, and scrumptious, whatever word you want to use. I'm throwing those particular words out there because it's like it's appetizing to you. It's that dynamic of appetizing. You know what you're attracted to, what tastes good to you. You something in you makes you feel children are delicious. That's what it is. When men like me, it's just not gonna happen. It's just not never. Now, what we as adults think is that women are delicious because their bodies, their smell, and their brain. See, a real man, it's not just about the sex act. It's about the brain of the woman. It's about the mind of the woman. It's about I am pleasing a functioning woman. I am bringing pleasure to a woman, a real woman that knows what's going on. See, real men want to have sex with a woman that knows what's going on. She knows what's going on. She knows what I'm doing to her, and she finds it pleasurable. She knows exactly what I'm doing. You know? And, some enjoy sexual dialogue, as they're having sex. See, we need to talk about these things because, look, this is what it is. Like, a lot of these guys find children to be delicious. I don't look at it that way. In actuality, anybody that has children know children reek of feces and urine. That's what it is. I'm being mature to you and telling you what the reality is. That's what the reality is. So I don't understand how, I don't agree with that because how I feel is I'm not saying I would want what a 17-year-old has in the first place, sexually speaking. But for guys that do want a 17-year-old here in New York, you're getting that person's going to be the same at 18. That's just 12 months later. So here's the punchline. Many of you New Yorkers, I believe, are getting off on the fact that they're still children. Because why can't you wait 12 months? It's going to be the same body. It isn't like, well, I just love the body they have at 17. It's not going to be like that when they're 18. It's not that. They're going to have the same body. I'm not saying you should desire. I don't desire the age 17 bodies, at all. But if we're trying to get it to be 18, then I'm using all the defense, all the information. The same body is going to be there at 18. Right? I'm not compromising because I wouldn't want a 17-year-old at all. But for you people that find that that's cool, why couldn't you wait 12 months, which will not change the physique of the 17-year-old. The 17-year-old is going to have the same physique. If you're attracted to that, for whatever bugged out reason, at 18, she's going to have the same physique. For boys, women that like the boys, 17, they're going to have the same physique at 18. So I don't understand why you can't just wait 12 months. So what it leads me to suspect, because California has done it, they got 18 as the age of consent. Florida has the age of consent at 18. it makes me suspect that you're getting off on the fact that you're having sex with a child. It can't be explained any other way. It's going to be the same body at 18. So it's not that it's a certain body that is different from 17 to 18. It's not that. It's going to be the same type of person at 18, which means you could wait to 18. Like I said, I wouldn't find desire myself in a 17-year-old physique or anything. So in other words, if I were to be with someone 18, I'm not thinking, ooh, I'm still having sex with the physique of someone that is 17. Does that make sense? So I'm not getting off on the fact that she was 17 just 12 months ago, which means she still had the same body and everything like that. I'm not thinking that way. I wouldn't think that way. I'm thinking about it now. You're an adult. You're the first age of being an adult. Now, I personally don't feel for men to say, well, I wouldn't even be with an 18-year-old. Well, that's what me and you differ. Because you know what I believe? Is that no matter what that age would be, the first age of adulthood, you would have people like you saying, I wouldn't be with that person at that age. So if we said it at 21, you were saying, well, I'm not going to be with somebody that just turned to an adult. So that's your own conscience where you can't be with the first age of an adult. That's your own conscience. That's your problem. But once they 18, they are technically an adult. What age is we supposed to wait for? So I don't have a problem with someone being 18 because I feel like that's the first age of being